You are desiring to live a life that is brilliantly shining, that is a light-filled adventure, that is a wonderful ease and flow towards the most perfect of all conclusions. Your intent coming alive. Your success shining brightly to the world. Your success shining brightly to you. You are gaining confidence day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, as you realize that the biggest stumbling block you're ever going to have to face in life is you. You are your major obstacle. You are your primary reason for not having more right now than you would hope for, or that you would require, or that you would need, or that you would desire. You are the one. You cannot blame your external circumstances. You cannot blame the lack of opportunity. You cannot blame other people. It is you. You are the biggest obstacle you'll ever have to face in your life. So doesn't it make sense that you would then focus your energies on how to get yourself out of the way? To allow your wonderful success to come about, to allow your brilliance to shine, to allow your free-flying capacity to be being evident, more so than ever before. You desire no resistance in your life. And the reason you are desiring no resistance more so than ever is that you've spent long enough now with us to realize that there is a much better way of doing things. You understand that the old ways of loading up the wheelbarrow with as many big chunks of rock as you can find, finding the steepest hill and working your butt off, sweating as you do, pushing that thing uphill is old school. It's a poor man's attitude towards progression. It's a poor example of living a free, power-filled life, is it not? If you're going to be sitting there churning over what rock next to put in the wheelbarrow, and then your biggest dramas in life are going to be finding the right hill to push it up, then how do you think that's going to feel for you? Do you really need to load the wheelbarrow up with as many heavy rocks as you can and work for months and years and decades to push that thing to the biggest hill you can find, finally to sit up there with all your energy spent, with all your time wasted, and sit on top of the hill finally to say, I have made it? What have you made it to? You've spent your whole life pushing a wheelbarrow. What have you succeeded in? If your mission going to Earth was to get behind the biggest wheelbarrow you could find, loading it up with as many rocks as you can and finding the biggest, steepest hill to push it up, then you've achieved it. But if it is not, and we are joking with you, and we assure you it is not, then you must understand that the free-flowing, on-the-river, natural momentum, getting his big buff head out of the way, is the most perfect outworking of your most powerful intent. You must understand that you are a generating device. Your mind is a generating capacitor. It will channel and it will generate just the right amount of power that you need to evenly match that which you've allowed yourself to be vibrating to. And if you are vibrating low and you've got your big buffet in the way and you're not letting your mind do the work for you, then you're right back pushing the wheelbarrow up the hill. Be free, spread your wings, fly and soar. And allow yourself to be equipped with everything that gives you the lift. Instead of spending your time looking for an upgraded wheelbarrow or a different type of wheelbarrow or a different type of hill to push it up or different types of materials to load in it, start looking at your life through the eyes of a winner and a champion. Start looking through the eyes of a majestic eagle that's soaring high above it all, whose primary focus and care is to look for the right lift, the right currents, for that current to take the bird where it needs to go to. Your life is so full of fake lifts, of fake currents, of fake wind. There's so many people around you blowing wind. But that wind is so short-lived, it's the slightest little breath that will just rustle a feather. And that is all. It will not give you the power that you need to lift and rise. So you can get all the fake praises in the world. You can get all the motivational speakers to come around and blow a bit of wind under your wings. But you need to understand that the currents that will give you the power to rise and lift are your aligning with your non-physical prowess. Your capacity to soar is therefore governed by your capacity to generate yourself into a place where you're at the right place at the right time. Do you understand? Allowing the lift is getting yourself out of the way and understanding that your intent, your instincts are guiding you towards the most perfect equations.
How can we be even more than what we are?
By getting your big buffets out of the way, by allowing your ease and flow to take place, to be finely tuned and tapped in and turned on to your non-physical prowess. Your non-physical component needs to be coming more alive in you with every moment. Because the more it does, the less you'll be concerned about the ways of the world. You're embracing your perfection and you're feeling the ease and flow of your universal power coming to life. And you like it. Deep down inside you're saying, I likey. Because you're forgetting about all the doomsdayers and the knowers and the put-a-downers and the judges and the critics and the finger pointers. You're forgetting about all the so-called rules and regulations and the components that have tried to exercise their force and control over you since you were put into this world. And now you're just finding a little bit of that footloose fancy freeness. You've been travelling this least resistive way about doing life for some time, and it's starting to pay off for you. It's a natural outworking of the hard work that you've done and the tireless time and effort that you've put into listening and putting those words into action and then allowing yourself to grow as the roots go down into the fertile soil of wisdom, allowing you to broaden your branches and to grow stronger and taller.